Good morning, internets. It is time for that ever so lovely morning commute across the Las Vegas Valley, and time for a vlog post. So I had somebody ask me a pretty important question that I'd like to answer today. Why are you doing this? is the question. And well, let's see. First, let's talk about what this is. These videos that I'm trying to post every day or every other day come as a direct result of my own search for information about electric vehicles and about that EV lifestyle. So what happened was, I have been into cars for a pretty long time, like going to car shows, like going to Cars and Coffee, like going to car show on Eastern here in Henderson, like going to Peterson Auto Museum when I'm in LA. I like car things and car culture. And every group of vehicles has its own car culture, has its own car clubs. You got all the way from the super highly customized lowriders have their own culture and their own clubs and their own meetups to pickup trucks and like tuned up diesels. Those guys have their own thing, and classics. And then there's entire clubs just for Porsche owners. And one of their meets, he's just a, sea of endless Porsche. Same with vets. Clubs just for those guys. And there's all of this community around cars. Cars tend to bring people together, and it doesn't matter what kind of cars you're into. And I was, I made the assumption that I could rely on the nature of cars and the nature of transportation and the way that people get enthused about the way they get around to create a car culture around electric vehicles. And I wasn't exactly wrong, but I wasn't enthused with what I found. I needed, I bought this car, the Chevy Volt, out of, a pretty dire need, a drastic emergency, with my other vehicle failing, and I had to have something reliable and fuel efficient kind of immediately. So I bought the car and then researched it after the fact. I already had a pretty good base of knowledge about the Chevy Volt, was familiar with it, but not to the degree that I became after I bought it. So the first thing you do is you go to YouTube and you start watching videos on the Chevy Volt, and I found a lot of really good information. There are people out there that are putting together some incredible information dense videos, but nothing fun. All the videos were super dry, and I don't want to say boring, except for that I just said boring, so I guess what I meant was boring. And then I try to look around, like, all right, maybe there's an EV community or something. EVs are prime territory for a community, because we actually need to help each other find charging spots, find businesses that are EV friendly. Everywhere in the world is gas vehicle friendly, but not everywhere in the world is EV friendly. So it seems like the need for a automotive community around electric vehicles and hybrids is greater than it would be even for gas consuming vehicles. But despite the need being greater, the community wasn't there. I found one group of people here in Southern Nevada that, have an EVs meetup, but all their literature, again, super dry, and they get together and park their cars and go indoors to have meetings about their cars. And I don't really understand that, because if you get together about your cars, you're supposed to chill out in the parking lot, have a cup of coffee, depending on what day of the week it is, bring a cooler, crack some beers, listen to some music, chill out, grill up some dogs, do a little tailgating, hang out, maybe find some way to, you come up with a cause. You find a cause that needs a little bit of money raised, so that we have the excuse to get together and hang out and help the community. Like, let's get together and raise some money for Shade Tree. Let's get together and, give out trophies for silliest EV mod. Have you $5 entry fee, and all the entry fees go to, a local charity or something. Car stuff, trunk or treat. Cool stuff, car stuff. And there's not that for EVs, and at least not where I live. And I guess there probably is in some other places, but not here. I mean, I'm not trying to trash anybody else's community or speak ill of anything. I think it's great, whatever brings people together. That's just not what does it for me. I want to hang out and talk about cars and be near the cars and find out what other people have done to their cars that's different than what I chose to do to mine. What vehicles are, especially when you get into customizing them, and I have done very little to customize this car so far. We'll get there. But, I mean, to me, being a behaviorist, you kind of just, I view the world as a series of choices, and you know, everything, what a person wears are choices, but what a person drives, like what they drive is a choice, and what they choose to do to it says a lot about the person, says a lot about, you know, what they personally place value on, you know, like, I don't know. I just like watching those assemblages of choices, and everybody getting together and sort of sharing their choices with each other is something that is, it's cool. It's one of the nice things about cars in general. Like when you get around people who are into their thing, and it doesn't matter what that is, you know, you see somebody excited about their really, really nice brand new 2017 Corvette with the big giant power adding package to it, and they've done the wheels, and they've done like, like you spend, you know, over $100,000 on your baby, and that dude's just as excited as the guy that is driving the $1,100 salvage title piece that he's been hacking apart and chopping and doing things to $20 at a time, because that's what he can do. And they're exactly as excited, and they could end up in the same parking lot and be friends because of cars. Like, that's freaking cool. I want that for the EV community. We don't have that right now in Southern Nevada. And I don't know, it can be hard to talk to people. It can be hard to socialize, especially for, you know, people like me who are awkward and weird kind of no matter what we do. It can be hard to meet people and make friends and stuff. And cars are a way that it becomes like that bridging point to bring people together. And you spend so much time in your car. Like, I swear, I must spend a third of my life driving the 215, it feels like sometimes. Driving all over town and doing all the things that I need to do every day. And if I'm going to spend this much time in something, it should be something I'm excited about. And, you know, as far as electric vehicles go, I'm really falling in love with the idea. I'm falling in love with the concept of it. I absolutely believe that it's the future. And I mean, the cars are just getting better and better and better and better. Like, I'm driving old technology right now. This is a 2012 Chevy Volt, and it's ancient history now for what they're coming out with the Chevy Volt with a V and Bolt with a B. You know, and that's just what's coming from Chevy. I mean, all of these different car manufacturers are now starting to take this segment seriously, and it's flipping cool. Additionally to that, you know, I'm doing this because I watch so many really cool car vlogs, but there's two major things that are missing from the really cool car vlogs that I watch is electric vehicles and hybrids are not represented unless it's the Porsche 918. I want to drive one. I know that they're freaking amazing. It's an amazing vehicle. It makes, like, I don't know, roughly a zillion horsepower, and it's a hybrid, and that's freaking cool. It is. But it's the only hybrid that any of the serious car vlogs want to talk about, and that's awesome. I mean, it is an amazing vehicle, but it's not attainable to someone like me. It's not something that I can ever get close to. I mean, I'll probably see one in Las Vegas eventually. I haven't seen one on the road here yet, but God damn it, I saw, I don't know, 4 Lambos, 2 Ferraris, and every Maserati currently working was all on the road yesterday, right next to my Chevy Volt. Like, I'll see one sooner or later, but like, I'm probably never gonna be of the means to own a vehicle like that. And so, you know, electrics and hybrids are totally underrepresented in cool car culture and some of the cooler car vlogs out there. And there's not a lot of women talking about cars, and like, not hating on the ladies, but when I do find like a good chick vlog where I'm like, all right, cool, tell me about your car, it's just, dude, I don't know. It's like non-compelling and kind of boring, and not because she's a chick, but just because, like, a lot of the girls who were talking about their cars don't seem to be very excited. They don't seem to be enthused about the car, and you know, I don't know. It's just, I want to kind of do my own thing. I wanted to make the kind of channel that would be the sort of thing I would want to watch. In the future, I'd like to do some videos where maybe I take a risk and actually edit something. Right now, these are all done in one take just because I don't have any practice or experiencing editing videos. So it's all super raw, one camera just mounted to my windshield, and that's what I've got right now. I'd like to expand and do some other things later. But most of all, I just want to make an EV and hybrid friendly community that is also accessible to people who are still driving gas vehicles, because they are most of the population. And maybe there are people out there who think that EVs and hybrids just won't provide them the utility they need, so they haven't even given it a consideration. But maybe they come to this channel and learn some things they didn't know and realize that, oh, this is a viable option for me and my family. This is something that I can maybe, this is a change that I can make that's actually going to save us money in the long run. Like, I think that would be great, because right now, with the way the oil industry is, and car manufacturers and things like that, like it's costly and expensive to design and build a completely new platform. It's costly and very, very difficult. It's time consuming to design a car from the ground up. And if they don't have to, they're not going to. If the demand isn't there, they're not going to. So it's in their best interest to keep that demand down. And I gotta hand it to Chevy. I mean, they're announcing so many new electric vehicles all the time. They're kind of the only ones you really hear doing it. Ford has, Fusion hybrids, and those are really, really cool. But they don't really, I'm not seeing a lot of marketing or information about those vehicles. I see them on the road. I run into them at charging stations and stuff, but like, and then there's Tesla, and that's pretty much it. That's kind of all anybody really knows about, and it's not true. There's, a lot more electric vehicles available out there, and there's extended range vehicles like the Volt that kind of are the best of both worlds. And I just think it would be cool if there was the more information that there is about these vehicles out there, the better. I can't see anything being wrong with that. And I ever since I bought this car, and I've had it for a month now, so I guess that's not very long, but like for me, it's a long time. I've been trying to find other people who are enthused in my own community that I can get together and meet with at the car show on Eastern, at anywhere in town, and where we could actually do the things that car guys do. And I want to be able to do that without having to burn fossil fuels, and I think I should be able to do that. So anyway, that's why I'm doing this, and I'm doing it to make myself happy, and I'm not sweating the small stuff. So for those of you who have liked and subscribed, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I've had a lot of really good feedback in the comments, and people making content requests and telling me things about my own car. Sent cool stuff just this morning, and I love that. That's what I want. I want a community. And if you guys keep sending me questions or topic requests, things you want to see me talk about, I'll keep making those videos. And we could build something that's better than what we have now. I really think that we could. So, that's my 2 cents for the day. I'll get off my soapbox. But my name is Catherine of the EVs of Nevada, and you can find me EVs of Envy at Instagram and the Twitters and Facebook.com/EVs of Envy. And I'll go ahead and link all that in the description. And hope y'all have a great day.